much to discover.
Hey everyone, Sadae's here again playing Subnautica. We're going to get going on this episode momentarily. Before we do, I'd ask that you hit that subscribe button as well as the notification icon. That's the little bell that's at the bottom of the videos. That gives you notifications of when there are new videos like this one. So we're going to get going here. I had a bit of luck between the last episode and this one. I went around doing a little scavenging, trying to find some parts and things. And I lucked out. I managed to find the remaining couple of moonpool fragments that I needed, and also the vehicle modification station fragments, and the best part of all, a little bit northwest of the Aurora is a biome called the grassy, what's it called, grassy plains or grassy plateau or something. It's got all kinds of red grass on top of sand in it anyway. I found a wreck that was just littered with pieces for the laser cutter. So I managed to get that, and I built that up already. So that's this guy right here. He's good to go. So if you've been watching the other episodes, you'll know I've been chomping at the bit to get into the rest of the Aurora, where we have to cut open some doors. So that's what today's episode is going to be. Before we do that, however, I'm going to show you what I did in here. So in the last episode we went to the floating island and ended up getting some plant samples and flower bed schematics and whatnot. So those have been installed. These guys have been growing nicely. There's the lantern fruit and the Chinese potato, and these are the marble melon. Now I'm going to show you something funny with the marble melon. If you pick them up, you can eat them normal, just like that. But if you go onto the planter, it shows you these things take up one little square, but if you hack it, see, it just gave me 4 items. So we go back on the planter and it is these seeds. So you cut it up, you plant new ones, and then they grow into the full size ones. So to make sure you don't run out of these, make sure you always have one on hand and you can cut it up and replant it. Now I've littered it over here as well. They seem to be doing the best for water and food consumption. There's another potato plant there. The lantern fruit grows quite a bit. You can pull each one of these orange guys off. And the bulbo tree does mostly water more than food does. Now there's other seeds I don't have any space for, so I'm going to stick them in the garbage. And we still have a message to check. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm pretty sure that starts a timer for the rest of it. And I'll show you what we did back here. So I ended up changing this a tiny bit. I added another window on this side. Down here is where it gets interesting though. The moon pool did not fit nicely where I am sitting because it's so shallow. So I had to kind of find a spot to build it up, and I had to build this funky corridor around to get to it. So I did a partially glass corridor. Now during the day you're able to see a whole lot more than we can right now. But it goes into this curve and then into the moon pool. Now the vehicle modification station is this guy. This lets you change the colors and everything else, the interior of your ship. You can rename it. So you can do this on the Prawn and on the Seamoth in this one. For the Cyclops, you have to do that from inside the Cyclops itself because it's too big to fit in here. So I just went ahead and I changed this. I made it yellow because it just makes it easier to see overall. And in a previous episode I talked about the storage modules. There's one right here which has slots for, oh, there's still some stuff in here I gotta deal with. We're going to take that out right now. As well as the upgrade console, or yeah, the upgrade modules. So that's the one that you find initially, the pressure compensator. I added this guy so it can take a couple more hits. This one, it recharges in sunlight, which is nice. And then the storage module. So this thing, it will feed off of the power supply for the base as well, but it also recharges in daylight. So if you're out for a long time, you don't really have to worry too much about having to switch out your power cells. So I'm just going to go dump this stuff off real quick. Oh, and I set up this glass locker. I'm going to start sticking all the fragments of alien tech that I find in here. Let me just get these guys. Where is it? I have one on here called plants. Parts, plants. I'm just going to stick these in. This is a creature egg. Now I have a whole other locker just for eggs. These ones I already know are crash fish eggs because of where I found them. I'm not sure what these guys are or what this one is, so we'll find that out eventually when they hatch. And I'll just get these guys put away, and then we are going to get going to the Aurora. So I will see you over there momentarily. And hey guys, before we go to the Aurora, I completely forgot to show you what I did on the exterior, so we're going to do that real quick first. So those exterior grow beds, I ended up planting a bunch here, there, and everywhere. I recently discovered you can put them on top of your habitat. So this guy has a little Gabe's feather. That was the one that I just had put in the locker inside the base. I just planted it on here so we can get it going. There's some creep vines, some acid mushrooms. Over here are some more creep vines. I mean, we can pick it all right there, but this stuff, if you grab the seeds, the ones that glow, and plant them on here, these will also grow the glowing seeds. And it looks pretty cool at night. You get this kind of yellow glow around the base. This is the brain coral. That's the ones that do the oxygen when they're finished. And I'll just show you this last one because this has some funky stuff in it. So there's a fully grown brain coral pumping out oxygen. Now these guys, the gel sacks, you can pick them up, you can eat them. Actually, I'll just grab one and show you. You can eat them just like this, but if you hack them, it's the same as the marble melon, where it'll give you a bunch of spores. And you plant those in these, it takes up one per each. And it'll give you more of these. Gel sacks you're going to need to make your, let me find it here, this guy, the aerogel. So you need a gel sack, you need aluminum oxide crystal together. So that's why I have these guys, so now I have a supply. There are many places you can find these things. They're usually in like kind of crevices, however you want to say it. These are the ones that we picked up quite a while ago that I didn't tell you what they were for. And I'm still not going to tell you what they were for, but I have them here. They're ready to go. And then these guys, the blood vines, you get in the blood kelp biome. These little guys here, the blood oil, are for an advanced item that you need later on. So you can pull these right off of here. You can plant the blood oil again, and it'll start growing more of these vines. It's for another advanced item. I believe it is benzene that you need for a couple of other things. So, now I will see you over at the Aurora. We'll be there momentarily, and we will go cut open some doors. Alright, so we're back at the Aurora. We're going to get going here. Now, I should also mention I was messing around on my game settings because it was running a little laggy, and I ended up deleting the cache files, which, for whatever reason, completely wiped out all of my storage lockers. Or not my storage, my floating storage lockers. So those things were just gone. And it has subsequently reset a couple of other things. So you'll notice as we go in here, there'll be like some of the stuff we moved around with the propulsion cannon is now no longer where it used to be. And some of these boxes are going to be closed and have stuff in them again. And it's all because of that cache clearing that I ended up doing. It really doesn't do anything to the blueprints. Sometimes you'll find PDAs lying around that you can grab, but they don't actually give you anything new. And what else has it done? That's about it, actually. So I'll go in here. I do believe, yeah, I'm going to have to pull this out. I did come in here earlier to see what was going on, to see if I could get away with getting through this stuff, but just yank this all out of the way. There we go. So yeah, you guys might remember coming down in here before. So this is still open from when I was mucking around earlier. Otherwise, after clearing that cache, it had reset the door actually, and I had to find the code in my data pad to unlock it again. But I was down here earlier just seeing if I could find anything else, and no, I didn't have any luck. So where we are going is down this hallway, because this is where that one door was completely sealed. So now that we have Mr. Laser Cutter, where are you? There you are. Come on. Cut you open. This does suck up a fair bit of power, and I forgot to bring a spare battery, so we'll see what happens. Why are you not progressing? There we go. I must have been standing too far back. So as you can see, this does take a while if you're doing this in wrecks. Sometimes you have to stop, go get air, come back, and finish cutting, and all that fun stuff. So there's all kinds of things in here that I have not found yet. So there's a PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
Now we'll check all these in a sec because we can actually get it, my head above the water here. So just take a peek around and see what else we can grab. First aid kit. Oh, spare battery, score. And another. And some water. So obviously this is like the locker room for some of the crew, I guess. Oh, and I missed you. Data download suite offer.
New PDA data.
Okay, so we'll get his head up above the water here. And take a look at these two. Something robot suit, living quarters, code 1869. So there's a door code, or a locked door in the living quarters, obviously. Keys to a giant freaking robot suit. Okay, and up there, auxiliary mission orders. Mongolian vessel, the Degassi, disappeared almost a decade ago. So it sounds like maybe we were sent here to do this. So we were supposed to do a slingshot around, the Aurora got shot down. Is essentially what that is saying. Okay. Now, did I miss anything else? Probably. Maybe not. Maybe we're good. Actually, the other way to check is turn this off and see if anything's glowing. No, I don't see anything else glowing. Oh, and you'll notice I named the Seamoth Tortuga. That's the Spanish word for turtle. I figured it kind of made sense because I reinforced the hull on it a bit. So it's kind of armor plated now. Alright, well obviously we can't go that way, so I will just reorganize some stuff here. You're going to be number 1 instead, and number 2 is my light. I'm just used to hitting that one for the light all the time. Same as how I always have number 4 as my repair tools. I don't know how it works on the Xbox for players on that one, but... Oh, looky look! We are in the prawn bay. So this is good. The prawn is the, as that other message said, giant frickin' robot suit. Let's take a quick peek around here. We are going to scan us some fragments if I can get up there. Oh yes, and we'll come down here later under this maze of pipes. Alright, so Mr. Fire Extinguisher. Now, during my travels in between these episodes, I did manage to find the arms for the prawn suits. They're special arms. One's a drill, one's a grappling hook. So I do have those already, so I'm not going to be on the lookout for those during this episode. If we find them, I'll point them out, but I'm not going to be scanning them. Oh, come on, you can scan. Alright, we gotta find 2 more. Now, I think one of these guys hanging might do it. There we go. And then there's one over to my left, which is completely on fire. So I do have all the components to build the prawn suit as well as the Cyclops. I haven't done it yet, so maybe we'll get to that in possibly the next episode. We'll see. I'm just curious if I can use this ladder. Nope. Ow! Oh, good thing I got spare med kits. So that may be it for stuff here. It's another storage module. That's the same as what's on the Seamoth. You can actually put it on the prawn as well. So I'm just going to dump this. It's empty anyway. You can put a storage module on the prawn, which goes like a back hatch, like just below the thing's neck. And it can store a bunch of extra stuff. And it's actually very handy if you have just a regular arm on the prawn, because when you grab stuff it'll put it right into that storage bin instead of having to manually go on there and swap it out. So I'll just take a quick peek over here. I don't think there's anything worth grabbing. No. We'll go in here. Oh, canteen! So we're just going to get loaded up on supplies. Alright, so we cleared the canteen out. I had to do a little jumping around to grab the stuff on the top shelves. We'll go in here. Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Another PDA. Today's menu.
Integrating new PDA data.
Condensed into a smooth, nutty, protein-rich soup. Dried fruit and nuts. Okay. That's exciting. What is my scanner seeing? It's right here. Single wall shelf.
New blueprint acquired.
Garlic bread. Oh, need you. It's another poster we can grab. Spare fire extinguisher, and this. I guess we can't go through there. Maybe it's blocked off on the other side. And all these other things normally you could scan if you don't have them already. Like the vending machine, the table, the chairs, garbage disposal, all that stuff. But we've already got that, so don't need to do it. And now that I have another fire extinguisher, we're going to need to use that after. Ow! Anything here? No. So we'll check there after. We'll go this way first. So that warning that just popped up is probably for my habitat. That it ran out of power because between the moon pool and the... These are good.
Blueprint acquired.
Show you this guy real quick. So these carry-alls work like storage lockers. So you open it up, you dump all your stuff in it. Do that real quick. I'll dump a bunch of food in there. Then you pick it up. And that's that. So yeah, chances are that was my base running out of power. So if memory serves, there's a bunch of these carry-alls around. So I'm just going to throw some stuff in these so we don't have to deal with it. I did bring spare food and things with me, so I'll just get some of this stuff put away. I'll drink you right now. Maybe, do we need to eat you? No, I'll eat you. Toss you in there and you in there. pick it up. I swear, so many lockers have this woman's picture in it. I really hope she's the doctor or something, but who knows. Now this one may be the storage room that they were talking about. So let me just see. Oh, how do we get in these? Oh, it's because it's on the side. So that one's full. That one's full, and I've got the empty one on me. Okay, so that code we were looking for is probably under here. Sweet offer? 1869. Let's try that. So we got it. Okay. Another PDA.
Integrating
Responsible
new PDA
autonomous
data.
relationships. I'm not going to read that right now. It's something about jealousy. Blue cap. So this is a hat, which we can use. Well, we can't use it, but it's decoration. Another first aid kit. Yet another one of these. Gorge toy. Oh, scan you. So this does sit out. I always thought this thing was recessed, but it's not.
New blueprint acquired.
Drink that water up right now. And then it looks like I'm going to have to put some more stuff in the storage bags. So what I'm going to do is drop you here and you here. Open you. You go in, you go in, you go in, you go in. We don't need the beacon here. You can go in, you can go in. And that should do it. So pick up these three. No. Pick up. And if worse comes to worse, I have enough room to fill that guy up and do stuff with it too. Now keep in mind there's a whole other section we have to look at still. Now if I remember, this is the captain's quarters, and I don't have a code for that room currently. I'll take a quick peek, but I'm pretty sure I don't. Codes. Cargo bay, no. Lab access, no. So this is for the captain's room. The code must be somewhere else. I don't currently have it. I don't know what it is, so we'll leave that alone. And we'll go look down here. Another poster. So there's all these variations of the prawn suit poster. Contract, legal delivering, blah blah blah. Someone's dumping someone else. That's all stuff you guys can read when you play it yourselves. I'm not going to worry about it. And there's yet another one. And more water. And another PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
This is all about the Altera Corporation, which you find out is this huge space conglomerate that has their fingers in all kinds of things, and they don't care about their employees, blah blah blah, etc., so on and so forth. Okay, I'm going to dump this in there, and you and you, and you and you, and you. And then pick you up. Now, out of curiosity, no, I'm not going to be able to carry the last one. These take up too much space. So I'll have to come back for the other ones another time, or come back in, dump some off in the Seamoth, because it does have that little bit of room. And go that way. See, there's these bags everywhere. And nothing in them. More first aid kits. What are you? Nothing. Nothing there, nothing there. Another poster. Inventory's full. Okay, we'll do this. And then we'll suck down some water. No, not yet. Now I'll go show you the quick part in the prawn bay where there was all that crazy piping everywhere. And we'll do that, and then we're pretty much finished up in here for now. So we're back in the prawn bay, so that was the way up to the living quarters. That little doorway there. So what we're going to do is jump down in here and hope I don't get lost. Although we do have a fair amount of air capacity, so that's not as big an issue as if you come in here and you have a lower grade oxygen tank. So I think it's this way. This way. Maybe. Yeah, here we go. So this ends up in another room up top here. And the other entrance way back when we first came on the Aurora, there were the two different doors. And one on the outside that I had to pull all the wreckage out of to get in. This one actually leads over that way eventually. So what's important in here is down here, these are obviously humongous power cells for driving the Aurora. But this is what we're interested in right here. The black box data.
Integrating new PDA data.
So we'll see if this has anything to tell us. So timeline, high velocity pulse came. So we got hit by something, some kind of energy pulse. They figured out where it was. We're sending the distress signal, and then they're sending the rescue solution to the captain's quarters, which we don't have access to currently. Do I have any food I can access right now? No. We won't worry about that immediately. So that's that guy. I'll head through here. Another battery, which we don't need right now because we have plenty. Come on. Why aren't you cutting? I am not sure why this is not cutting. So make sure you've subscribed to the channel if you didn't already, as well as hitting that bell icon, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. And also remember, as a certain Dark Lord of the Sith likes to say, no disintegrations. We'll see you in the next episode.